in addition to this miraculous power that we have, this ability to attract the things that we want most out of life, we also have this amazing gift, the power to choose. And I choose to equate the act of failing with either trying or learning. Didn't always think this way, and I'm going to share with you a real life experience that helped me to reshape or reframe my way of thinking against this particular emotion. I'm in my mid-20s and my career is on the upward trajectory. I'm working in information technology, so I'm surrounded by servers and computer rooms and cables and blinking lights and buttons. Well, let's just say, in this particular instance, I pushed the wrong button. Poof! My company was wiped completely off of the internet grid. In a sense, my company was out of business. There was no access to emails. We did not have access to any of our satellite offices. We had no access to critical client files. We couldn't even print in the office. I had failed my company, and I reacted the way any normal person would react. My palms were sweaty, my heart was racing, and my brain was completely paralyzed. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? How did I fail? How did I let this happen? It was just all this self-pitying going on. Once I finally calmed down enough to reach out to my supervisor to explain the situation, I was met with an unexpected response. She looked me in the eye and she said, "Well, Charita, I guess you learned what not to do today." What not to do today. At the time, I didn't realize it, but think about that for a moment. What an amazing lesson in mind shift. What she was saying to me is that I was stuck in the muck of failure, which allowed failure to consume vital mental space that I needed to push through this crisis. The longer I stayed stuck, the longer it took me to move, the longer it would take to get my business back on track. I needed to reclaim that mental space so that I could get through that crisis, and that's what I did. So now, when I think about failure or the act of failing, not only do I equate that with learning or trying, I also equate it with an awesome little adventure that teaches you how not to do something. It's a great mind shift trick, and it works. I promise you it does. I taught it to my little girl, who's come home to me one day and said, "Hey, Mommy, guess what? I learned how not to spell yellow today." Or, "Mommy, guess what? I learned how not to add 2 plus 2 today." And of course, my daughter is wearing a judge's robe because guess what? She's going to be a cycle breaker too.